Welcome to the meeting of the Harwich Board of Appeals on this date of July 25th, 2021. The purpose of this meeting is to hear and decide applications before the Board of Appeals, which have been brought pursuant to the bylaw of the Town of Harwich and the Massachusetts Zoning Enabling Act. Okay, first order of business, I'll ask the members of the board to identify themselves, please. Jamie?
James Armstrong.
Al Donahue.
Dave Ryer.
Brian Sullivan.
And our secretary.
Oh, Alicia McKenna, Board Secretary.
Okay, we might have a fifth member joining us, but as Attorney Crowell stated, if you heard him, we do have a quorum. We can go forward with 4 voting members. So I'll ask Mr. Donahue, our clerk, to call our first case, please.
Case number 2021-33. Frederick Leo and Janice Delroy, trustees through their agent, Chris Childs of Patriot Builders, have applied for a special permit to finish a basement of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The applicant is pursuant to the Code of the Town of Harwich, 325-54, Table 2, Area Regulation as set forth in MGL Chapter 48, Section 6. The property is located at 7 Shore Road Extension, Map 5, Parcel P1-27 in the RH-1 zoning district.
Okay, if we could have the applicant come up to the table here, please, and if you would identify yourself, sir, and then
Chris
present
Wood,
your...
Patriot Builders.
Okay, and then present your application, please.
So as just stated by Mr. Donahue, the property is developed non-conforming lot consisting of approximately 7,468 square feet with an existing non-conforming single-family dwelling consisting of approximately 2,194 square feet. Relief requested, although the proposed project has zero impact on any of the area dimensional regulations from tables 2 and 3, the applicant is seeking a special permit under section 325-54A, 2 and B of the Harwich zoning code to create finished space in an existing basement which is located within the required yard setback. Based on that, I don't know if you want me to read the end 3 notes. The finished basement will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. The finished basement will not cause or contribute to any undue nuisance, hazard, or congestion in the neighborhood, zoning district, or town. There is no extension, addition proposed, therefore the finished basement will not reduce, increase, or impact in any way the building coverage, site coverage, or setback encroachment of the existing structure.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. That's it, sir.
Thank you. Jamie?
No bedrooms in the basement, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay. And I saw your plan with the exercise area. That's open to the rest of the basement?
It is, that's just a beam, showing a
I
beam
see.
coming across.
Okay.
Correct.
So there's no real separate rooms other than the bathroom?
Absolutely correct.
Okay, great. Yep, that's all I've got, thanks.
I don't have any questions.
I have no, I guess the only question is, we're gonna have to impose restrictions on when you can build there unless you can get all your construction vehicles on site. And at least from the plot plan, I don't see how you're gonna do that.
Say that again, I'm sorry. In regards to vehicles?
Yeah? Can you fit them on? Because I don't even see a driveway on your plan here.
Yeah, they didn't show it. The driveway is there. We'll be able to fit 3 or 4 vehicles on site.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll, I guess, impose a condition on this one if we grant it, that all the vehicles be parked on site. Brian?
All the questions I have been answered, so I'm all set.
Okay, is anyone in the audience here that would like to address this petition? Hearing no one, I'll move to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second by Brian. I'm sorry, I should have announced at the beginning, we only have 4 voting members. And what we normally do in that case, we give you the option to come back if you want 5 voting members. If any one member here votes against your petition, it fails. Mr. Applicant?
Yes.
So you can go forward with the four of us, or you can
Yes.
come back next month?
No, we're good to move forward.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion in case 2021-33.
Okay, case number 2021-33. Frederick Leo and Janice Delroy, trustees through their agent, Chris Childs of Patriot Builders, have applied for a special permit to finish the basement of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The board hereby authorizes the special permit pursuant to the Code of the Town of Harwich, Table 32554, Code Town of Harwich, 32554, Table 2, Area Regulations set forth in MGL Chapter 40A, Section 6, the property located at 7 Shore Road Extension, Map 5, Parcel P1, -27, RH1 zoning district. The property, let's see, the special permit is granted subject to, because of being a congested area, the construction vehicles must be parked on the property during the life of the project and not on the public road or street. It is a condition of this approval that the violation of the terms of the conditions of this special permit may be enforced as a violation of the Howard zoning bylaw pursuant to MGL Chapter 40A, Section 7, and the Howard zoning bylaw as these may be amended from time to time.
Could I have a second on the motion, please?
I'll second.
All right, second from Mr. Sullivan. Discussion on the motion? I think the case clearly meets both the Gale and the Deirdre cases. The applicant will, by this project, intensify one or more existing nonconformities, not create any new nonconformities, and the project will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. It also meets the requirements of the bylaw. Any other comment? All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
All right, special permit granted unanimously. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Let's see.
You did the new one, right?
Thank you. Okay, Al, if you could call our next case, please.
Case number 2021-34. Kathleen Kelly, through her agent, Thomas Moore Design Company, has applied for a special permit to renovate existing structure and build an addition connecting existing house and garage as a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The application is pursuant to the Code of the Town of Harwich, 32554, Table 2, Area Regulation, as set forth in MGL Chapter 40A, Section 6. The property is located at 16 Shore Road, Map 2, Parcel B1-26, located in RH1 zoning district.
Okay, as I said, on the previous case, there's only four of us. You
Yep.
can come back next month if you would like five, or you could go ahead tonight with four of us.
I think we'll move forward.
Okay, if you could introduce yourself, please, sir. and
Thomas
present
Moore
your-
from Thomas Moore Design Company, representing Kathleen Kelly, who's here over my left shoulder. And we're requesting a special permit to add on to the existing house and garage at 16 Shore Road. The house itself conforms to all setbacks, but the garage is 0.6 feet off the side setback. And what we're trying to do is connect the house and the garage. So that connection, is a mudroom, and gives Mrs. Kelly the ability to move from the house to the garage, so, without going outdoors. So, the overall property, the house itself in the garage, along with the addition, you know, meets all the building and site coverage and site, you know, building height requirements of the town of Harwich. And we feel that this addition and renovation will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood. I did get the note from the health department in regards to the number of bedrooms, that one of the bedrooms at the top of the stair will be eliminated because it kind of provides access to a second-story roof deck over there. So we will still end up with just 4 bedrooms, and we're not adding any more bedrooms. So happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you, sir. Jamie?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Al?
No, it looks like a pretty good project to me. I don't have any questions.
I have no questions. Brian?
It looks like an excellent project, and I'm overall in favor of it, but the Board of Health said you need to have 4 bedrooms, but looking at it, you already have 5 before you start the project.
I think one of the rooms on the first floor, which was labeled the existing bedroom, is a
Right.
dining room.
Oh, it is, okay,
Yeah.
so that's what the issue is?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because there's 4, and even the one at the top of the stairs is a quite of a small bedroom. It's-
Okay, all
There'll
right,
be
'cause
a little issue whether it is or not.
I looked at
So-
the existing plans, I counted 5 bedrooms
Mhm.
already, so that's why I was, just wanna bring that to check on that, so. One of them
I
was
think that's why
incorrect.
it was mislabeled on the floor
One of
plan.
them was, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of going forward with redoing the septic, you're gonna be just eliminating one of the bedrooms?
That's correct.
Okay. That's one of the questions I have.
Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak to this application? Hearing no one, I'll move to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Second from Jamie. All in favor of closing the public hearing? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, public hearing is closed. I'll entertain a motion in this case.
Okay, case number 2021-34. Kathleen Kelly, through her agent, Thomas Moore Design Company, has applied for special permit to renovate existing structure and build an addition connecting the existing house and garage. It's a non-conforming single-family dwelling. And the applicant is pursuant to the town of Harwich 325-3454, Table 2, area regulation. The application is pursuant to the code of the town of Harwich. I move that the board grant special permit in this case, having found that the applicant meets the requirements of the bylaw in the Gale and Dietrich cases. As the proposed project will not intensify the existing nonconformities, will not create a new nonconformity, and will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. All work will be performed in accordance with the plans submitted with this application. With regard to the equipment, is that gonna be able to be put on the property?
I believe so. I believe it's got a nice, good-sized driveway, and I don't think there's gonna be a lot of big equipment on this for this type of a project, so,
As long as the applicant has no company.
yes.
There shall be no demolition or exterior construction or landscaping, during the life of the project, all construction vehicles shall be parked on the property and not on the public street or road. It is a condition of this approval that a violation of the terms of the conditions of the special permit may be enforced as a violation of the Howard zoning bylaw pursuant to MGL 48, Section 7, and Howard zoning bylaw as these may be amended from time to time.
Could I have a second on that motion, please? Second from Ryan Sullivan. Discussion by the board? Anyone? I think Al covered in the motion. I think it clearly meets the provisions of the bylaw, the Gale case and the Deirdre cases. The applicant does need to be aware you are going to have to park the construction vehicle somewhere on your property. It's pretty tight down there, even off-season, so that is something you're going to have to adhere to. No further discussion. Vote on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Special permit granted.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, Al.
All right, case number 2021-35. Daniel C. and Mary Ellen Shea, trustees for the Shea Swanton Lane Nominee Trust, through their agent, Attorney William Kroll, have applied for a special permit or any alternative, a variance, to construct a second-floor dormer, expanding the bedroom and adding a full bath to existing garage of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The application is pursuant to the code of the town of Harwich 32554, Table 2, area regulation, as set forth in MGL Chapter 48, Section 6, or Chapter 48, Section 10. The property is located at 29 Sequantin Lane, map 7, parcel A22, located in RH1 zoning district.
Okay, Attorney Kroll, if you could introduce yourself for the record, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Attorney William Kroll from Harwichport. Just note that I'm only representing tall male clients tonight that are
Okay,
much
well,
taller than I am.
That's fine.
Why we're sitting
And
side
I'm
by side.
assuming you're electing to go forward with the 4 members?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So I have Dan Shea, one of the trustees, seated with me here this evening. And the property is located off of Air Lane, south of 28 in Harwichport. We submitted a plot plan, certified plot plan by Stephen Haas, dated July 21, 2021, along with the building plans, building elevation plans for the proposed second dormer, second floor dormer, and expanding the bedroom and adding a full bath to the existing garage. You will note on the east side of the plot plan, it shows the existing garage is 3 feet from the lot line. There's not going to be any change to the footprint. Therefore, there will be no change to site building coverage or site coverage. There were 2 prior special permits granted in 2008 to Mr. and Mrs. Shea for previous renovations to the dwelling and the garage. We are aware of, in each of the 3 cases this evening that I have, the comments from the Board of Health, and we'll deal with the Board of Health separately to satisfy them before we get our building permit. So the petitioner's contention is that there would be no substantial increase in noise, odors, fumes, congestion, or the like as a result of the proposed renovations, adding the second floor dormer, and that the same would not constitute a substantial detriment to the entire neighborhood. And we ask that you grant the special permit this evening.
Okay, we've got a nice big shell driveway. I assume we can get all the construction vehicles on site.
I'm told 8 or 9 vehicles can get in there.
Okay. I have no further questions. Jamie?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Al?
I have no questions.
Brian?
Minor question, you know, I'm always trying to learn. On your review of the setbacks, so forth, you're looking at, you just put dashes in there for side yard and so forth, I just didn't know what that,
Okay,
what that meant.
bear with me for a moment. I'll pull those up.
And I know that there's 2 front yard setbacks because of it's a corner lot.
It was probably because I didn't have the certified plot plan when I filled out that
Okay,
schedule.
that's fine,
And I wasn't sure until I had that, what
what you
those,
indicate, that there's no real change to it anyway.
there's no change to footprint anyway, so it's,
The footprint that you have there. And I just, again, I also noticed that you enclosed with the packet the judgment from this board in 2008.
2 of them, yes.
Did you have a purpose for doing that, just so I,
Yes, because the petition on page 1 calls for it. You want to know any prior,
excuse me, thank you.
Okay.
I missed that, apologize.
and I know Mr. Ryer in his diligence would have dug those up and said, Mr. Crowe, what
That's
about
right.
these?
Okay, all right, it's fine.
Only if you hadn't put it in.
Right,
I didn't even look at it because it was there.
it was there.
Oh, thanks for doing that explanation.
You're welcome.
On the footage side.
Is
Other
the-
than that, I'm all set.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this application? Hearing no one, I'll move to close the public hearing. Can I have a second, please?
So moved.
Second by Al Donahue. All in favor, closing the public hearing?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is closed. I'll entertain a motion in case 2021-35.
Case 2021-35, Daniel C. and Mary Ellen Shea, trustees of the Shea Squanton Lane Nominee Trust, through their agent, Attorney William Crowe, applied for a special permit to construct a second-floor dormer, expanding the bedroom and adding a full bath to the existing garage of the pre-existing non-conforming dwelling. The applicant is pursuant to the code of town of Harwich, 32554, Table 2, area regulation, as set forth in MGL Chapter 40A, Section 6. The property is located at 29 Squanton Lane, map 7, parcel 8-2, and located in the zoning district,
Wait, just one correct, 822.
A22. Yes, what did I say?
Okay, A2.
Oh, A22.
Thank you.
I move that the board grant a special permit in this case, having found that the applicant meets the requirements of the bylaw and the Gale and Diedrich cases. As the proposed project will not intensify, but is a pre-existing non-conforming and will not create a new non-conforming, and will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structures. All work shall be performed in accordance with the plans submitted with this application. The special permit is granted subject to the following condition, that because it's in a congested area, all vehicles, construction vehicles shall be parked on the property and not on any public street or road. It is the condition of this approval that the violation of the terms and conditions of this special permit may be enforced as a violation of the Howard zoning bylaw pursuant to MGL Chapter 48, Section 7, and the Howard zoning bylaw as these may be amended from time to time.
Just one clarification on that, it will intensify one or more existing nonconformities,
Okay.
because it's
And you're not adding to the.
adding, what is it doing, adding
Habitable
area,
space,
I believe.
habitable
Yes.
space over the
Habitable
garage
space.
within the 20-foot
Right.
setback.
Yeah.
Second on Al's motion.
Second?
Second by Jamie. Any discussion by the board? I think this case clearly meets the bylaw and the requirements of the two cases Al cited in the motion for the reasons he cited. Vote on the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, special permit granted. Thank you.
Thank you.
for your
Good
time.
luck. Okay, Al. Call our next case,
Case
please.
2021-36. Richard Becker, through his agent, Attorney William Crode, has applied for a special permit or an alternative, a variance to finish a basement on pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The application pursuant to the Code of the Town of Howard, 32554, Table 2, area regulation, as set forth in MGL 40, Chapter 40A, Section 6, or Chapter 40A, Section 10. The property is located at 76 Bay Road, map 98, parcel S7-27, in the RR zoning district.
All right, Attorney Kroll, if you could introduce yourself again for the record and then present your application, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Attorney William Kroll from Harwichport, and I have seated to my right Richard Becker, who's the owner of the property at 76 Bay Road. This is down beyond Stop and Shop. You bear right onto Bay Road, and then it's Priscilla Pines area of town. We submitted with the petition the plot plan of the property. And if you take the prior petition with the renovations over the garage, the dormer over the garage, and new habitable space over the garage, and take that and just turn it upside down, then you understand what we're doing in this petition. There's no change to the footprint. We're putting habitable space in the basement, and we're too close to the, both lot lines on the east and the west. We're 17.8 on the east and 14.1 on the west, where 20 feet is required. So in building out the basement to make it habitable, we need a special permit from this board. There were floor plans submitted, as I said earlier, with the prior petition. We will be dealing with the Board of Health to satisfy them that the library is a library and not a bedroom. If we have to widen the opening or take the wall out, whatever they require, that's what we will do. So not to be concerned about that. The site coverage and building coverages will not change because we're not changing the footprint. So consequently, our contention is there would be no substantial increase in noise, odors, fumes, congestion, traffic, or the like, and no substantial detriment to the entire neighborhood. And would ask that the board grant the special permit this evening. Thank you.
Okay, and I assume we're going forward with the floor
Yes.
voters? Okay. Questions? Jamie?
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm saying Brian, but I'm looking at you. I meant Jamie.
I was
Sorry.
confused. I thought, it's okay.
Head and shoulder fake. I do it every once
It's
in a
the
while.
mask.
Yeah.
I respect the fact that you're going to deal with the Board of Health in regard to the bedroom in the basement. However, I would just like to underline the fact that not only is that a concern that they have for the septic system, but it's also a safety concern as well. As you know, I'm sure, Attorney Kroll, the bulkhead does not act as a second exit, so you only have one exit, so that would be my major concern, is in the event of a fire or something that you don't have one exit. I certainly respect the fact that you want to have a library in your home, and that's fantastic, so, and I'm jealous of that, so. But other than that, I just wanted to make that comment.
Thank you, if I may, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Becker and I did discuss that previously. It's not a walkout basement, and you need to meet building code. You don't
Yes.
want to have children or grandchildren or anybody sleeping down there because they need a second form of egress in the event of a fire, and he's well aware of that, and there's no plans to have that turned into a bedroom.
Great. Thank you.
Al?
Yeah, I had the same issue with regard to no egress on that downstairs, but you've explained it. I don't have to agree with it, but because there's gonna be people down there. And I understand,
That's it?
that's it, nothing more.
You're gonna be on the sewer, right? The sewer's down in front of your house now, the main pipe?
Yes.
Okay. Have you gotten any word on when we're gonna, I'm right around the corner on Church. Have we gotten any word of when we're gonna be able to connect?
No, I think, the last I heard was we're 2 years away, but I haven't heard anything official, so.
Okay, the reason I ask, I mean, it's not just personal, but it looks like you're putting a bath down here too. So I guess in the interim, you're gonna have to run it out to your septic,
Yes.
okay? And then connect at some point.
Yes.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah, I had given them, between the gym, the wet bar, TV room, everything that's going on downstairs involving people, had the same egress issues, but, you know, I looked at my own house as far as if I ever renovated, what I would do about that.
Well, it's only an egress issue if you're sleeping.
No, I realize by the law, it just seems like a lot of activity down there, but Attorney Crowell, again, you might answer me one question. I'm always confused from the Board of Health when they consider something a bedroom that's marked as an office.
Mm-hmm.
And that Lewis Library doesn't have any closet space, it has nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how they distinguish that between that and the storage room.
Good question.
You know, and I don't know how they do it.
It's a Board of Health regulation in terms of, as I understand it, the width of the opening to the room.
Sure.
So if you look at the storage room, with a regular, so to speak, normal-sized door, if it wasn't a storage room, you could say, well, that's a bedroom,
Correct, I understand.
all right? When you look at the library, as I understand it, and I mentioned this to Mr. Becker previously, that the Board of Health may want that opening widened to like 5 feet and may say no bifold doors, no anything.
Yeah, I have a,
So if it affords the main issue is, does it afford privacy? Would you be willing to sleep there and feel like you were, had privacy if you're sleeping in your pajamas or changing your clothes or whatever? So by saying they have to widen the door or take out the wall, the Board of Health basically is, if it looks like a bedroom and smells like a bedroom, then they think it's a bedroom, no matter what you call it, unless it has
yeah, I can,
meets the opening requirements.
On that note, Brian, I can print out the Board of Health bedroom definition for
well,
you.
that'd be great. I would like to learn better
Yeah,
about this.
I'll
'cause
print
it
one
comes
out.
up so often here,
Yeah, I'll email it over to you.
I haven't quite understood exactly what they go by.
Yeah, I can definitely send that over.
Because I had a renovation in my house, just remodeled an existing bedroom into, just changed the floor space of the bedroom.
Mhm.
Didn't do anything else, so I wasn't before the board. But I had an office space with the correct size opening with bifold doors, and I had to eliminate I had to take the bifold
Right.
doors out.
Right, and there's other nuances, like some people say, well, if there's a closet there,
Right.
then they think that's a bedroom,
Sure.
but there's other nuances such as the height. If it's below a certain height, then it can't be a bedroom, and it's a large closet.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, there's room for interpretation in some of that, obviously. But the other fact too is it not only, it's in building code, but it's also in fire code as well, because you're looking at
Right.
placement of smoke detectors, and it can have an impact on that as well.
Oh, yeah, if it's a bedroom, you need to have a smoke
Exactly,
detector.
in and out.
I think they also changed the door jambs
Right.
going into that room, and I know at times they'll require a window on the stairwell side. The room is there in order to, again, the privacy
The
issue.
privacy issue, yeah. So we will aim to keep the Board of Health happy.
Sure, no, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for discussion on that.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to learn.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience who would like to address this petition? Okay, hearing no one, I will move to close the public hearing. Could I have a second, please?
So moved.
Second from Al. All in favor of closing the public hearing? Aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. And we'll entertain a motion in the case, please.
Case 2021-36, Richard Becker, through his agent, Attorney William Kroll, has applied for special permit to finish a basement in a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The application is pursuant to the town of Harwich 32554, Table 2 area regulations as set forth in MGL Chapter 48, Section 6. The property is located at 76 Bay Road, map 98, parcel S7-27 in an RR zoning district. I move that the board grant a special permit in this case, having found that the applicant meets the requirements of the bylaw and the Gale and Diedrich cases. The proposed project will intensify one or more existing nonconformities, will not, can we accept it? Let's see, it will not be detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. All work will be performed in accordance with the plans submitted with the application. This special permit is granted with subject to the following conditions. My question is this: the driveway is not that large. I know you have construction equipment down there now. Would you anticipate more than it would accommodate right now?
So we've actually had two people park on the driveway, and if we had others, they parked on the side of,
Okay.
so they were all on the property.
So there is sufficient room on the property. During the life of this project, all construction vehicles shall be parked on the property and not on any public street or road. It is a condition of this approval that the violation of the terms and conditions of the special permit may be enforced as a violation of the town of Harwich zoning bylaw pursuant to MGL Chapter 40A, Section 7, and the Harwich zoning bylaw as these may be amended from time to time.
Could I have a second on the motion, please? Second
Second.
by Jamie Armstrong. Discussion by the board. I think this case, clearly meets the bylaw and the two cases cited by Al for the reasons cited. So I support it. All in favor, anyone else comment? All in favor of granting the special permit?
Aye.
Aye. Brian, aye. Granted unanimously. Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
Yes, good luck. Still jealous of the library.
We can do some, a party sometime if you want.
Take care.
Take care. Thanks, Alicia. Okay, our last case, Al.
All right, case number 2021-37, Edward M. and Linda Lane, through their agent, Attorney William Kroll, having applied for special permit on the alternative to variance to construct a sunroom, bedroom suite over the existing garage of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The application is pursuant to the code of the town of Harwich 325, Table 2 area regulation as set forth in MGL Chapter 40A, Section 6, or 40A, Section 10. The property is located at 411 Lower County Road, map 13, parcel T6, in the RH1 zoning district.
Okay, Attorney Crowell, once more, if you could introduce yourself for the record, please.
Thank you very much. Attorney William Kroll from Harwich Port, and I have seated with me Ted Lane, one of the owners. Edward, sorry.
That's okay.
And we're going forward with the 4.
We're going forward with the 4, yes. I was pausing, I was recalling that when I started practice in 1978, and my grandfather had been a lawyer before me, and he was 78 years old, and by 1980, I think I handled the closing on the purchase of this property, whoever bought it then. And I went to my grandfather, and I said, "You won't believe it. They're paying $100,000 for this house." He goes, "Oh my God, what is happening at Cape Cod?"
Did you see the 4 lots that were in the paper Sunday? Up on Church Street? I'm at 73, but down
My wife mentioned those, yes.
Yes,
$3 million for 4 lots.
unbelievable.
Combined, not each.
Combined,
They're
right.
$750 each.
Right. My only guess on that was that they're paying that because for development the development costs, you have to put the road in and all the utilities, which raises the
Right.
price.
Well, my guess is there'll be more than 4 houses there.
So anyway,
I'll bet my next social security check on that one. Nobody's gonna pay that for a lot there.
Guess that's the price to live near you.
That's right.
that's it.
It's good for me, yeah.
Howard,
Yeah.
right.
Great for me, yeah.
So, as I said, I'm Attorney William Kroll, and I have Edward Lane with me. And this property is off of Lower County Road in Harwich Port. If we submitted the building and elevation plans with the petition and the denial letter, so-called, by the building commissioner, there will be no change to the footprint of the garage portion. As I pointed out, there are renovations over the garage, additional habitable space for a bedroom on the second floor over the garage. So there's that side, the east side, which is 9.9 feet from the easterly lot line. So you're talking about habitable space within the 20-foot setback. And I would like the petition to be comprehensive, the decision to include that over the garage. The denial letter does not address that. It just says the addition of a sunroom, and I want to make sure that, because the plans submitted show renovations over the garage, I want to make sure the decision includes that, so that somebody later on doesn't say, "Oh, you have to come back to the Board of Appeals for work over the garage."
Okay, so the motion, if it's made to approve this, would be to construct a sunroom and bedroom suite over the existing garage.
Thank you, yes. So no change to the footprint of the garage. The addition of the sunroom, as you can see on the westerly side, the southwesterly corner of the existing dwelling is 10.1 feet from the lot line. The sunroom will be 11 feet, so step back just a bit. The building coverage is presently 13.7%. It will increase somewhat to 15.3%, but still well below the 30% maximum. The site coverage, Mr. Sullivan, this will be another twist that you will be interested in. The site coverage presently is 27.9%, and with the addition of the sunroom, it's going to go down to 27.1%. So how does it go down? It goes down because we're getting rid of the patio,
Oh, right.
and it's smaller than the patio.
And no future plans for patio?
If there were, then the existing site coverage, bear with me for a second,
Right, they could still go up to
you're
35.
still be below the 35%, right? So if he put the patio back on, or another patio, or a deck, or something like that, you just have to make sure you stay below the 35%.
Right.
Which Mr. Bob Freeman, this engineer, could easily calculate. And as I said on the prior petitions, the lanes will deal with the Board of Health and the request for a Title V inspection and how the sunroom relates to the existing septic system on site and so forth. So they will take care of the Board of Health issue on that score. So the contention, again, is that there would be no substantial increase in noise, odors, fumes, congestion, or the like, and no substantial detriment to the entire neighborhood, and we ask that the board approve the special permit this evening. Please.
Okay, just one question, Attorney
Sure.
Crowell. What's that on the back? Is that just like a little patio or brickwork or something
My
there?
guess is that's the bulkhead?
Oh, yeah, that's
The
Squares?
bulkhead. Oh, okay,
yeah, that's the
okay.
existing
I
bulkhead.
couldn't figure out what it was. Okay, the bulkhead is showing both doors.
Right.
Okay,
Hey, it's that thing there.
okay,
The
yep.
white thing, the
Shower.
shower and the bulkhead.
Huh, but the shower's not, oh, but okay, one's the shower and one's the bulkhead. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
They're both about the same length.
Yeah, they're right, yeah, they're next,
Okay.
right next to each
Correction,
other.
we don't have showers anymore. We have rinsing stations. Rinsing stations.
Just put a new one up myself and they call it a shower.
New rinsing station. You want to be careful with those words
Really?
because of gray water.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We'll have to have containers someday.
Just rinsing my feet.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Okay, Jamie,
Just curious, what is the definition of a suite, the bedroom suite?
It's just, it's basically taking up the existing footprint of the garage, so it's a pretty good size.
So it's
just
generally
one-
just a bedroom?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Al,
That home has gone through a lot of changes over the years. I have a vague recollection, I could probably stand corrected. Used to be a family by the name of Vazdowskis that owned that property.
Correct. They were the prior owner.
Yeah, yeah. I know they had done quite a bit of work. I didn't know them, but I knew the owner's brother. Consequently, I don't have any questions with regard to it.
okay, are we going to be able to get all the construction vehicles on the property? 'Cause
Yes.
even off-season Lower County, I mean, it's just, you
Yeah.
can't park on Lower County.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
correct.
large driveway there
It,
that goes to the
yeah,
garage.
it looks pretty good.
Right,
Yeah.
and the picture from the assessors records is pretty expansive for the parking area.
Okay. Brian?
Just question, you look at this as far as existing conditions, proposed conditions, but on the front of the house, the garage and all the construction that was done here has already taken place. Was that on a different permit that was done already?
That's on a building permit that was issued by the building department.
Okay, so,
And that's why I want to be sure that this motion includes that.
yeah, so, and help me out here. Because obviously that didn't come before the board, that construction, but you're
It's
adding
coming before the board tonight.
tonight. So as a result, so the construction's been done,
With a valid building permit, with a permit from this from the building department.
but he didn't have to come before us prior to this with the,
The building department did not refer him to this board when it issued that permit.
okay.
And I thought, ooh,
Right, because normally, wouldn't that be the case?
yes,
All right, because I just saw this and went down, I said, okay, let me take a picture of this thing.
so there was nothing that the homeowner did
No, I
that
understand.
was
I'm
out
not-
of line. It wasn't getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and he applied for the building permit, it was issued. So undertook the construction. I looked at it and said, you're 9.9 feet from the easterly lot line, we need to incorporate that into this decision to validate the construction that has already taken place
Yeah, because you've added already a lot of habitable space, whatever, in that, over there.
on that side, yes.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. Just want to,
Good catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm walking around the house thinking, okay, what am I missing here? And I realized the fact it had already been done. And is that dormer already existing? That was already put in the plan with a little, I can't tell, I didn't take a good enough picture.
Oh, yes,
The
they're
garage, that
small,
dormer's already there, right?
smaller windows.
Yes, that's.
Yes,
That's
correct.
already there, okay.
Correct.
All right, so the only thing that hasn't been constructed is a sunroom in the back,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
okay? To go along with the rinsing station.
Right.
All right, no one's in
Okay,
the,
thank you, appreciate it.
no one's in the audience, so I'll just move to close the public hearing. Second?
So moved.
Second from Janie, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. I'll entertain a motion in the case.
Case number 2021-37, Edward M. and Linda Lane, through their agent, Attorney William Crowe, have applied for a special permit to construct a sunroom and bedroom suite over the existing garage of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling. The application pursuant to the Town of Harwich 32554, Table 2 area regulation is set forth as MGL 40A, Section 6. The property is located at 411 Lower County Road, parcel 13T6, in the RH-1 zoning district. I move that the board grant special permit in the case having found that the applicant meets the bylaw and requirements of the, meets the requirements of the bylaw and the Gale and Diedrich cases. The current project will intensify one or more nonconformities. It will create, it will not substantially be more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. All work shall be performed in accordance with the plans submitted with this application. The special permit is granted subject to the following conditions. If the property is in a congested area, so consequently, during the lifetime of the project, all construction vehicles shall be parked on the property and not on a public street or road. It is a condition of this approval that the violation of the terms and conditions of the special permit may be enforced as a violation of the Harwich zoning bylaw pursuant to MGL Chapter 48, Section 7, and the Harwich zoning bylaw as these may be amended from time to time. We cover it?
Second on the motion?
No, can I just make one additional point? I
Yes.
apologize for, since you're adding the construction over the garage for the bedroom, you don't want to include the rest of the stuff that's already been done in the motion? You know, over the
If you're talking about the middle of the house,
middle of the house.
that would not have needed relief from this board if it was beyond 20 feet from the lot line.
Oh, okay, all right, so that doesn't need relief. I just was taking the opportunity, if you want to catch everything on the construction, because it's in the.
If we can paint it with a broad brush in the decision that it's the renovations and the,
Your call, I just was just bringing that up, just in case.
doesn't hurt to be inclusive.
Your motion, Al.
I think I covered it already.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I
Fine.
agree.
Okay.
Second on the motion. Second from Brian Sullivan. Discussion on the motion. I think it clearly meets the bylaw and the two cases as stated by Al for the reasons stated. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Special permit granted. Good luck on your project, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, good luck.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
What college are you,
Maryland.
Okay.
My son's, he's graduated back in May, so, but I've got another one at Boston College, so.
They'll have plenty of those shirts, just keep
What's that?
bookstore to, get new ones.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to call those the most expensive shirts I
That's
owned.
it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm paying for.
Yeah, you will.
Because $150,000.
That's right.
200.
Okay. Question, who is approving the building permits or not these days? Do we have a temporary building inspector?
Yeah, we have the alternate building inspector, and he comes in about once a week and does certificate of occupancies, and then kind of facilitates wherever the day of the building inspector, if he's got questions or problems.
Okay. Do we have a number of cases for next month yet?
So the deadline is Thursday,
Right?
tomorrow. We already have 3 cases from builders. The builders always get them in ahead of time. They think it's gonna help. It doesn't. But it doesn't hurt. They're further up, but I haven't gotten any from the typical lawyers, Singer and Singer or Bill Kroll.
Okay.
So,
Well, it goes up and down. I mean, tonight was fairly light with 5.
Yeah.
Probably until we get a permanent building inspector, there might not be as many cases, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
So there's still a lot of people coming in for denials. So essentially, Shayla and I, whoever has time, write denial letters, and then the building commissioner looks them over and makes any corrections that he needs to.
Okay, so typically you guys write out denial letters and the building inspector signs off on them?
For me, there's been no typical way since I've been in the building department.
Yeah.
But, so there's a format that we use for the denial letters, and it's pretty simple to, plug what you need into that format. But we do need to make sure that one of the building officials looks it over.
Right, definitely.
The commissioner's signing off on it.
Okay, thanks, Alicia.
Anyone that can.
Any comments on the minutes of our July 28, 2021 meeting? Went back and forth. I'm trying to feed Alicia comments, and she's putting them in, and the more I read, I keep thinking, it's not easy to do it
So
remotely.
if you wanna,
When
it's,
my secretary was 10 feet from my desk or less, it was easier.
if you want to wait until next month, that's fine.
I think they're
Okay.
fine.
I read them, I found one minor thing which we should
Yeah,
correct.
same as yours.
Okay. I'll move that we approve the minutes of the July 28, 2021 meeting as finally written and submitted by Alicia.
Second.
Second from Jamie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I have no new business. Anyone else?
Minor, the minutes are still aren't getting loaded up on the town website.
That's true.
That's yours.
I'll work on that. I'm
Okay.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing on my end, so.
I understand, I just
there's not
commented. I mean,
much
no one's
I-
complaining, your phone isn't ringing off the hook, I just was,
Well, it does get a little frustrating or tedious for me because, for example, the agenda was supposed to go up and it didn't go up when it was,
yeah.
I send it into the internet world and somebody else puts it up on the website. So, there's more than one moving piece there, so I know that the minutes aren't on there.
Okay.
I just want to point out that I'm actually reading this stuff.
Well, it's good to keep us on our toes.
I'm going back to the prior minutes, so, because I don't usually keep a full set of them. I don't have a binder or anything, so I find them helpful.
Yeah.
I quickly looked through the selectmen's meeting the other night, but I can't say I sat through the whole thing. It goes on for quite a period of time and covering a number of subjects, but I did not see that a final vote was taken on Chloe's path.
Yeah, they declined to do the RIP, I think it is, it's the request or what it is, it's a
Friendly 40B, I forget
It's a
the,
friendly
They're
40B,
asking
and I
for-
forget exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But they chose not to support it because by way of supporting it, as I understood it, as I watched it, was that the applicant would be able to avoid certain aspects of the 40B, and they were unwilling to do it. Plus, there was a considerable amount of neighborhood involvement there, and an attorney representing one of the neighbors also made several references to,
the deed restriction.
the deed restriction regarding
Yeah.
wildlife and some
Uh,
other things, because.
One of the
it's
turtles, I
impressive
think.
pond.
It's a turtle issue,
Di-
right?
Yes.
Diamondback turtle, maybe?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's I
Yeah.
looked at that quickly, I didn't study it because it's not before us,
Yeah.
but that seemed to me to be a significant stumbling block, and even
Yeah.
Attorney Singer acknowledged prior meeting, they had a lot of work to do, still, the applicant.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we'll see what happens, if they come back. I think they're gonna have an uphill battle with that
If
deed
you're interested, I
restriction.
have a copy of that.
What's that?
If you are interested, I have a copy of that.
I have it, thanks,
yeah, okay.
yeah.
I only read the newspaper review of the meeting.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch it online, but
The 75 pages, only about 10 pages would be, of any
Right,
great
but-
use to us.
Well, that was the prior meeting, the big
Yeah.
agenda, yeah.
But it seemed like there were board members that were arguing that the 40B law is antiquated. And it's what we got. I mean, it doesn't, it could be, it could be antiquated, but that's a state law. And-
Right.
And I know from taking that course, and you guys are far more, one thing they pointed out was, an unfriendly situation sometimes gives the town less flexibility on how the project is handled. And if they'd have to come across and go forward with unfriendly support, that the town could actually get less accomplished on the town's behalf from their point of view than if it's unfriendly, because if we're under the 10% or whatever, except for obviously the environmental and deed restrictions, I mean, that's the only way they can go with this, but if the environmental issues aren't there,
But-
there's nothing, I mean, this is gonna be worse, it'd be harder for the town to make changes in the project than trying to work with them.
Right. I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree with it. But, all of this, that's all political, right? So whatever they decide is what they decide. We, as you said, we go according to the law and the bylaws.
If I may make a suggestion that this be discussed at the time that comes before the board.
Right, we're just talking generalities, we're
Yeah,
not
I
talking
understand.
about that.
Just seemed like it was interesting, the fact that the arguments, I saw a lot of arguments in the selectmen about the 40B laws need to be changed.
Sure.
Well,
Right.
that's not an issue right now.
Right.
Right,
That's what we got,
right.
so.
As Al will know from the last 40B we had, which was the one out in West Harwich there by Habitat, if I said it once, I said it 6 or 8 times to the neighbors, 40B is 40B, and that's what we're stuck with. If you don't like it, you need to talk to the
Exactly.
selectmen and go then to the state legislature and get it changed, but we are not changing it, we don't have the power.
That's
So,
right.
yes, exactly.
Basically, they're gonna say no to it, and we're gonna have a hell of a time here.
I mean, there's.
Be prepared, bring water with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is gonna be dumped on our laps
Maybe
as far as
get
that's.
one.
But as Dave said, though, I mean, that's,
Buck stops here.
when you stay focused on what we have and work within that framework,
Exactly.
you can't.
That's all we do. I mean,
That's
we
all
can
you do.
That's all we can do.
Right, so, there's other committees, there's other elected officials that can deal with that. Our section of the pie is right there.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll see
Yeah,
what
right.
happens. We'll, see if they come back. I think they've got real issues with that deed restriction, but that's their problem, not ours. We'll have to
Absolutely,
see what they do.
absolutely.
Let's see, was there anything else? Oh, I went down, our youngest son and daughter-in-law were here last week, and we went down to the new mini golf course that we approved.
Yes.
Right.
It is fantastic. It's one of the best ones I've ever seen. They did, I thought, everything they agreed to. A lot of people, everybody respectful, it was quiet. And I don't know what the neighbors think up above, but it's all treed. You can't see the condo complex from down there. And I just think it looks terrific. It got rid of all those eyesore boats.
Yes.
Did you improve your putting? That's my only question.
No, I did not.
Did you get that
But he's
ball
good,
from
he's good at the
Conso's?
windmill.
But I think that was a really nice project.
Yeah, and
I
they
haven't
put
been,
in
I
the
haven't played
trees.
golf, mini golf there, but I've seen it, drove by, stopped, looked at it. I gotta think the neighbors in the condos gotta think, you know what? We dodged the bullet, this is a lot better than what we
Yeah, it was,
feared.
it was really kind of an eyesore.
It was.
And
Yeah,
it
for
a
looks
long
very
time.
attractive now.
Yes.
Very nice.
And, you know, any noise that's coming up is from the go-kart track, which has been there for, since the Pilgrims got
Exactly.
here. It's been there forever. And even that, it shuts down at a reasonable
right.
time.
Right,
And I can't believe up above they hear that loudly either.
right.
My biggest concern, and it is one of the conditions, that we have no music, because, you can't pick up a paper that's Cape Cod Chronicle, there's either a noise complaint here, there's a big deal going on up in Orleans with noise over the Barley Neck Inn. Outdoor noise, yeah, some people like it, but the neighbors that have to listen to it constantly, I think have legitimate concerns.
Yeah.
So,
That's it.
anyway, that's an aside, that was a nice project, I
I agree.
think.
I agree.
Well done. Anyone have anything else?
Have they advertised the position yet, or? Yeah, good, good.
Yeah.
Because that's a concern that,
That might not be totally true. The internal has been advertised, and I think this Friday it'll go out public.
I'm sorry, what position?
The commissioner,
Oh,
yeah.
it's just such a key position,
thank you.
and they're understaffed as is, so I
Yeah,
just,
they are
I
understaffed.
just feel for them, and the amount of building that's going on is just,
Yeah,
it's asking a lot.
Does the temporary guy want it, who's been coming in?
no, I don't think so. He's happy where he is and also happy to help us.
Yeah.
But doesn't want to be helping us forever, so, yeah.
Good. Well, I will be relieved when that is filled,
Me too.
I'm sure.
All right, I'm going to move to adjourn our meeting at 8:09 PM. Can I have a second?
Second?
Discussion? No, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, Alicia.
Yes, thanks
Thank you. Who's over there? Is
I
it
got some
Caleb?
paper clips
Caleb's
for you.
back there.